You do not arrive screaming into the world. You arrive humming. The birthing pod doesn't hiss with the sterile click of a mechanical latch. It shudders, the organic polymers vibrating at a frequency that makes the surrounding attendants clutch their head mandibles in sudden, piercing pain. When the membranes peel back, there is no nutrient slime. There is only a dry, shimmering frost that evaporates into a violet mist. You lie in the center of the pod, your skin not the dull ochre or mottled green of your kin. It is the color of a deep, poisonous teal, shimmering with an unnatural sheen like polished glass. Your eyes are not the wet, black beads of a hunter. They are burning wells of white phosphorus, seeing not just the heat of the room, but the flickering souls of everyone in it. You don't look at your mother. You look through her, watching the rhythmic pulsing of the planet's magnetic core miles beneath the floor. The first thing they notice is the silence. Not the silence of a predator, but the silence of a vacuum. You are a hole in reality. Your early years are not a journey of growth, but a lesson in exile. While the other younglings are sorted by the elders into castes, warrior, stalker, technician, you are left in a cage of dampening fields. They do not know what you are. You are the witch blood, the voidborn, the mistake that the Great Mother let slip through the veil. You do not play with the others. When they try to strike you, their fists pass through a shimmer of distorted air, hitting nothing but cold static. You don't strike back with claws. You simply look at them, and their internal organs begin to vibrate in sympathy with your heartbeat until they vomit black bile. They hate you for this. To a Yautja, combat is a physical dialogue of muscle and bone. You are a monologue they cannot understand. Your father, a decorated elite, refuses to look at you. To him, you are a sign of genetic decay. He sees your lack of physical bulk as a weakness, ignoring the way the very shadows in your cell seem to lean toward you, whispering secrets of the hunt that no living tongue has ever spoken. You are 12 cycles old when you stop pretending to be a mute observer. You realize that what the others call magic is simply the ability to manipulate the fundamental vibrations of the universe. You are a conductor, and the world is your orchestra. You don't need a cloaking device. You learn to bend the light around your body by sheer will, pulling the photons into a tight orbit until you are a ripple in the air that even the most advanced sensors cannot resolve. You don't need a wrist gauntlet to track prey. You can feel the hum of every living heart within a 5-mile radius, a rhythmic thumping that sounds like a drum in your mind. One night, the elders bring a captured xenomorph queen into the training pits. They want to see if the abomination can survive a real threat. They strip you of all weapons. No blades, no plasma caster, no mask. They throw you into the pit and seal the doors. The queen is a mountain of hate and acidic blood. She lunges, her inner jaw snapping forward with enough force to puncture steel. You do not move. You do not flinch. You reach out a hand, fingers splayed, and touch the air. The queen freezes midair. You aren't holding her with strength. You've reached into the molecular structure of her exoskeleton and stopped the electrons from moving. She becomes a statue of organic obsidian. With a flick of your wrist, you shatter her. Not into pieces of meat, but into fine, black dust that coats the floor like soot. The elders watching from above do not cheer. They recoil. They see not a hunter, but a monster that threatens the very foundations of their honor-bound society. They decide then that you cannot be allowed to lead, to breed, or to live. But they are cowards. They will not kill you themselves. They will wait for a mission that requires a sacrifice. They do not stop with the xenomorph queen. To the elders, that was a fluke of biology, not a proof of power. They send you to the shattered moons of Xylos 4, a graveyard of logic where the pulsar's radiation has birthed things that should not breathe. Your target is the Void Shifter, a beast of shifting mercury and localized gravity wells that has slaughtered 3 elite squads. It does not hunt with claws. It hunts with the fabric of space itself. When you find it in the obsidian canyons, it doesn't roar. It screams in a frequency that liquefies stone. The battle is not a hunt. It is a collision of two impossible forces. The shifter lunges, warping the air so that its teeth appear behind your neck before its body even moves. You don't dodge, you phase. Your molecules vibrate at the exact inverse frequency of the beast's gravity field, allowing its lethal strike to pass through your chest like a cold breeze. You reach out, your glowing fingers sinking into its shimmering hide, and you begin to rewrite its rhythm. The beast panics. It conjures a vortex of kinetic shards, flaying the obsidian skin from your shoulders, revealing the blinding white light of your skeletal structure. You ignore the pain. You grab its primary nerve cluster, a knot of pure screaming energy, and you scream back. You channel the raw, unfiltered static of the void through your palms. The beast's internal organs begin to resonate, then vibrate, then explode in a spray of silver ichor that glows with the heat of a dying star. You don't just kill it, you unravel its existence atom by atom until you are standing in a crater of shattered reality, drenched in glowing blood, holding the creature's still beating, translucent heart. You are broken, your neural etchings flickering in exhaustion, but you have proven the ultimate truth. Your magic is the deadliest blade the clan has ever seen. The clan leader summons you. There is no ceremony, only a cold command. A research outpost on the edge of a dying nebula has gone silent. It was built atop a precursor site, an ancient temple dedicated to a race that existed before the stars were bright. The warriors sent to investigate have been flayed alive by something they couldn't see. The base is now a gateway, a wound in reality that is leaking anti-life into the galaxy. The clan wants it closed. They know that to close it, someone must go into the heart of the breach and detonate a localized singularity. There is no remote trigger. Someone must hold the door open from the inside while the bomb primes. They choose you. Not because you are the best, but because they want you gone. They call it a great honor. You know it is an execution. You accept. Not for the clan, and certainly not for honor. You accept because you have spent your entire life feeling the pull of that void. You want to see what is on the other side. The transport drops you miles from the base. The atmosphere of Charon 9 is a toxic swirl of violet gas and lightning that strikes upwards. The standard hunters would die here in minutes as their life support failed. You simply breathe the energy, your glowing veins pulsing with a fierce, manic light. You walk through the front gates of the outpost. The hallways are lined with the remains of your kin. They weren't killed by claws. They were turned inside out, their armor fused to their meat by the sheer pressure of the breach. You don't feel pity. You feel a strange, cold kinship with the force that did this. As you approach the central chamber, the reality around you begins to dissolve. The walls turn into liquid. The floor becomes a staircase made of frozen screams. The entities from the void emerge, shimmering, multi-limbed horrors that exist in 5 dimensions at once. Your brothers would have fired their plasma casters and died screaming. You? You dance. You spin the resonator staff, creating a sphere of protective resonance that shatters the entities as they touch it. You blink through the air, appearing behind a horror and plunging the soul thief dagger into its non-existent heart. You are a whirlwind of violet light and obsidian shadow. For the first time in your life, you aren't an outcast. You are the apex predator of a nightmare realm. You reach the core. The precursor machine is a pulsating mass of black energy, a tear in the fabric of the universe that is growing wider with every second. In the center of the room lies the singularity device, the bomb that will seal the rift. You pick it up. It is heavy, not with weight, but with the gravity of what is to come. You begin the priming sequence. The entities of the void sense their end. They swarm, thousands of them, a sea of teeth and claws and impossible angles. You plant your feet. You drop your staff and extend both hands. The glowing lines on your skin begin to bleed light. You aren't just using your power anymore. You are consuming yourself. You draw the energy from your own marrow, from your own soul, and project it outward in a massive, shimmering dome of white fire. You are holding back the tide of the end times with nothing but the sheer, stubborn will of a creature that was never supposed to exist. The bomb hums. 10 seconds. Your skin begins to crack. The obsidian is peeling away, revealing the pure, blinding energy beneath. You are no longer Yautja. You are a star being born in a tomb. 5 seconds. You look back toward the gateway, toward the world that hated you, the father who shamed you, and the clan that sent you here to die. You don't feel anger. You feel a profound, chilling clarity. They are small. They are trapped in their cycles of blood and bone. You were the only one who truly saw the stars for what they were. 1 second. You don't close your eyes. You lean into the light. The singularity device detonates. There is no sound. There is only a sudden, violent contraction of space-time. The breach collapses inward, snapping shut like a wounded eye. The temple, the outpost, and the horrors are all erased from existence, compressed into a point of infinite density before vanishing into nothingness. Back on the homeworld, the clan leader watches the monitor. The signal from Karen 9 is gone. The breach is closed. He records the event in the archives. He doesn't mention your name. He doesn't mention your abilities. He writes, "Anomaly neutralized. Mission successful. 0 survivors." In the nursery, a new generation of hunters is being born. They will be taught to roar, to hunt with blades, and to seek glory in the blood of their enemies. They will never know that their entire universe continues to exist only because a freak stood in a room made of nightmares and gave his life for a people who didn't want him. But sometimes, in the deepest reaches of the jungle, or in the cold silence of the void between stars, a young hunter will feel a sudden, inexplicable chill. They will see a flicker of violet light in the corner of their vision, a ripple in the air that shouldn't be there. They will feel a hum in their bones that sounds like a song. They will look into the shadows, searching for a predator they cannot see, never realizing that they are looking at the ghost of the one who saved them all. You are gone. You are dead. You are erased. And yet, the universe still hums your name.